Hey, this is Redban coming to you live from the Ice House Comedy Club here in Pasadena, California, where once this week we're doing it twice. We do a live comedy show in one room. In the other room, we do this, a live podcast. So one by one, we go on stage and then come back and talk shit, or we say how nice you guys are. And joining me, we have a full cast. We have a super show here with a lot of regulars, a couple new people, but most importantly, we're here with Joe Rogan. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, Brian Redban, what's up?
Okay.
Powerful podcast overload mode.
Dude, how awesome was it, by the way, yesterday when we had Bobo on and then we showed him on South Park?
Oh, dude. I can't hear myself. My thing's not on, man.
I can hear you. Yeah, we all
I don't
hear
hear
you.
shit. It's not on at all to me.
Maybe you went deaf.
It might be just your headphones.
Hello.
Yeah.
His headphones are jacked.
So his headphones are jacked.
Something's wrong.
I'll figure that out
But
in a
that's
sec.
weird because I hear you loud and clear in my ear. I just don't hear this.
That's
You
weird.
guys hear it? Y'all hear
Yeah,
it?
I can hear you great, man.
Hear you.
Okay, as long as you hear it. Yeah, that was awesome showing Bobo.
Yeah, showing himself. And he was like, his character
Ridiculous.
was very accurate. No,
No,
just kidding.
it wasn't that accurate.
I'm just kidding.
He was like, yeah, they made me look like a doofus.
Sitting next to Joe, we have Jayson, Thibault, and Ari Shaffir on each side, just like Hugh Hefner.
Hi.
Hi.
Ari, what's up with your hair?
Yeah,
I had
really.
to put a wig on today for some shoot.
Oh, that's what it is.
So I just left it afterwards. I liked it. I just figured for a day.
Is that your new thing? It's very street. It's very Long Beach.
It's very. Oh yeah. It seems like what's that band? Sublime.
You're evolving your look,
I
man.
feel like we're the backup bassist for Sublime.
You've got no more hair on the face.
They made me shave
Chopped
it.
all that off.
They
Are
made
you
me
upset
shave
about
it.
that? You upset
Oh,
about
that's
that?
good.
Yeah, I cursed in front of kids.
Did you really?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really care, but I was like, "Fuck!" I was trying to be snarky about it. I just didn't want to shave it. But it's like whatever.
That was the gig, though. The gig was they wanted you to shave it.
Well, they told me there. I was already mad because I was missing a Dodger game and gone to this fucking thing.
Well, what was this thing?
It was some, I don't know, some kids sketch show on like Cartoon Network, like daytime Cartoon Network.
Kids sketch show on the Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I
Typecasting,
played a
yeah.
mad scientist.
And sitting across from those other voices, we have Joe. Do you want to introduce everybody?
Jayson Thibault, ladies and gentlemen. Jayson
Yay.
Thibault!
Hooray.
Ari Shaffir! Ari
like
Shaffir,
that.
ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Ari Shaffir. Ooh, it's Tom Irerra.
He's still
Tom Irerra, folks.
Or folks.
Dov Davidoff! Oh, you son of a bitch! I can't believe you made it out.
Daddy
Doug
bastard.
Davidoff, and of course Doug Benson, ladies and gentlemen. powerful Doug Benson.
The only non-Irish.
You got powerful, and Tony Hinchcliffe moving in.
Yes.
Towards the end of this, I watched Knuckle last night.
Oh, I saw it.
Oh shit! I got that from
Knuckle.
Netflix. I haven't watched it yet.
I watched clips of it before, but I finally watched the whole thing from start to finish last night. It was
Crazy. How long did that take?
12 years?
Yeah, it
something
was something
that?
like, because, yeah, that's great.
They follow this Irish bare knuckle family, and these two
I saw
families
this.
were
Yeah.
feuding, and they would have these boxing matches with each other. Holy shit!
Yeah,
they were
fist
cousins,
stuff, right?
Oh, it's crazy,
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Reality?
The funny
Oh yeah, oh they
love
beat the
that.
fucking
Yeah.
shit out of each other.
Just fight
Did
all
you
the time.
do commentary while you watched the fights?
no, I like watching things where I don't have to talk.
Were they gypsies? Were they considered
Yeah.
Irish? Were they gypsies?
Travelers,
right?
they call themselves
right?
travelers. Yeah.
What's funny is like what's said about the era of it is they would challenge each other by mailing VHS tapes to each other.
Well, that was
Like,
what
challenge you to a fucking bare knuckle.
What it was is they had been talking shit forever, but now
Yeah.
someone finally got it on video. Oh, the motherfucker said I'm not a bag of shite. You know, they're hilarious. Like they're insults to each other.
I wonder if
It's
that
real
family's.
tribal shit. It's like what's
Yeah.
going on
Oh,
in
yeah.
Afghanistan for hundreds
Yeah.
of years.
I
It's
wonder-
been going on for
You're
generations.
no good. You're no good. You can't fight. You can't fight.
I wonder if that family's tweeting at each other right now, back and forth, to like
I'm
challenge
sure.
each other on
Pick it
Twitter.
up.
I'm sure they are.
But you can understand everything they say in the movie.
Barely.
Or
They
is there
have
subtitles?
It's subtitled a lot, yeah.
I like
Yeah,
crazy.
because
You kinda get
Brad
used to
Pitt
it.
in that movie Snatch had played one of those
That
kinds
is
of.
really what they sound like.
Yeah.
It's
I
an
love-
amazing way of living life. It's an amazing
Sounds
way
like
of
what?
Like
living
what?
life.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at his body language.
It's so
It's not good. It's not good.
Strange ass way of living life.
Yeah, and it's just like it breeds. That's how racism goes, man. It breeds itself. So they're bred to hate each other. Like a lot of those kids hadn't even met the other family.
You're no good. You're no good, Bobby McGivens. You're a no good bag of shite.
There was that one guy they couldn't take out. That older guy that kind of retired a couple times. And
Yeah,
was still,
yeah,
even when he
yeah.
was older, was still just.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the
The
guy
dude
who
with
kept
the
winning.
stash. Yeah,
He kept winning. Oh no, the old dude, the really old dude.
was
Yeah,
funny. Yeah.
he was
And then the other
ridiculous.
dude that kept winning. Yeah,
he had
was a
drunk
tough guy.
himself stupid.
Yeah.
The other guy was still fighting,
Yeah,
but he
the other
wanted to
was tough.
fight the young guy. But the young guy knew he'd fuck him up, but he didn't want to fight
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's right.
He didn't want to keep the feud going. The guy who was the best fighter didn't want to fight anymore. It's
What
like,
is it about? What is it about the human
Tired of
nature
it.
that always seems to end up wanting to click up and then destroy the other guy?
It's fucking primate shit, man. It's just what
Yeah.
chimps do. It's the same thing that chimps do.
Yeah.
So the evolutionary
do.
response.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Unfortunately.
much. Yeah, I guess if you're going to continue to perpetuate the species, you got to find a way to knock out the other dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
but you
Right.
used
I
to
mean,
have to
just-
do that. Haven't we gotten past that?
I don't think we have.
Well, not genetically we haven't. I mean, technologically we have, but genetically we're the same. You know.
But we only are
think ourselves.
if the shit doesn't hit the fan. If the shit hits the fan, then we're right back to
Sam's
square
new
one.
book. That's Sheridan's new book about that. Yeah.
Oh,
He just
yeah,
had
yeah,
Sheridan
yeah,
on.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool. I read it.
Yeah,
Really
he's
cool.
doing a survivalist. He did a whole
disaster
thing where
divers.
he followed people around that are like real survivalists and
Yeah.
hung out with them and camped with them and
Yeah, real
ate with
badass
them.
stuff, yeah.
Went to the jungle, lived in the jungle for a while.
People always want to do
Yay.
that. People always want to go live in the jungle.
Yeah,
But the chimps actually throw shit at the fans. That's the difference between us.
they throw shit at what?
Well, they
Fans?
throw shit. I mean, we don't ever shit in our hand and throw
Right.
it at each other.
Oh, people do that.
Speak for yourself.
Go to jail. They throw
I
shit
am
at
speaking
you.
for
My
myself.
money would be on Redban's done that at least once.
Yeah, he's throwing shit. He's definitely had it in his hand.
Did you see that Stanford?
and it wasn't mine.
Would you rather have jizz thrown at you or shit if you had to
definitely
choose?
jizz.
Depends who it's.
Shit.
Jizz.
Why
Depends
is that
which
so
one.
much easier?
It's more sanitary.
Not that big. It's
not as
deal to clean
smelly.
it up.
I'm
Yeah.
going shit.
It's rude.
You're used to wiping
it's
it
not-
off of your
it's not
skin.
great.
It depends on who's
I've had my
jizzing
own
whose
on me
shit.
and it didn't stain me. And you know,
mine on me
you
a
really
lot.
you could take your shirt off, wipe your shirt all over your head, get rid of the jizz, put the shirt back on, and but
yeah.
no one's even gonna know what's up.
Or just take-
Brian does that all the time.
If someone
Yeah.
shits on your head, you're gonna have to do some cleaning.
Yeah, it's different.
Did you see that Stanford
Depends which head
study?
it is.
That
What's up?
Stanford primate
I
study
don't know
where
what
they
head it
studied
is. How dare you?
they studied capuchin monkeys and they taught them how to use coins in exchange for things like
Yeah.
grapes and cubes of Jello. And then one male monkey reached in and grabbed a bunch of coins and he had his fill. And he gave the coins to a female monkey to fuck her, and she went and bought some grapes.
That was in my
Bought
last comedy
grapes.
special.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
talk
did
about that?
Yeah, I did a whole thing about it. It's true. It really is. It
Yeah, I
really
mean, I was
is-
just thinking,
it
is that where you heard about it,
Yeah,
Doug?
you might have-
Genetically,
you might have seen my act.
No, I really didn't.
Stanford.
No, if I did, I wouldn't have brought it up like
It's one of my
that.
bits that I closed with for like
That's
2
happened.
years.
Was it
That
really?
probably hasn't ever happened
Well,
to
no,
you.
it's
Like
just a
someone
well-known
told me
study.
a bit that I do. Like, hey, here's a funny thing I heard once.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. It's
No, I read it. I
just
read it in
happens.
Freakonomics. I read it
Talking
in
monkeys
Freakonomics.
in
Study.
space, 2006.
We believe you for sure.
No,
No,
Freakonomics.
it's a famous
yeah,
study.
it really is a real study.
It's a famous study.
Who would steal a bit from someone and give credit to Stanford?
We got to watch out. I forgot to say we have to watch out for over talking because when there's like 3 or 4 people
Hey,
talking,
Yeah,
Tony,
it's
are
gonna
you
happen.
going later to?
Ari.
What? Are you over talking?
Yeah, I was
There's,
doing it on
there's
purpose.
no way this microphone is working right.
yeah,
I hear it
It's
fine.
Everybody
totally
can hear
totally
you.
fine.
we all hear you.
This is weird. There's
It's
something
your
wrong with
headphones
the
or
headphones
something's
are
wrong with
turned
your
down.
headphones.
And you
But
can
they're
hear all of
not.
us,
They
Joe?
can hear us, yeah.
That's what's weird.
You can hear
Yeah,
us. You
yeah.
just
I
can't hear
think you
yourself?
need to
This
work
place
your
is
individual knob.
Barely
On the
hanging
volume.
together.
Yeah,
This
don't pull that
motherfucker.
cable. That's yeah. I would probably just give up on headphones.
Give up on headphones? Is
Yeah.
that the move? Yeah, if you guys can hear me, I'll just give
You
up.
only really need the headphones if we take
Oh, I
calls
feel
or
free
something.
now.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go
we
to let's
can
go
hear
to the
it.
caller.
Better. What?
Line 1.
My ears.
What do you want to say about Joe, caller?
I can relax now. I don't feel so tethered down to the sound.
Hey Dove, so you said
Yeah.
you're going to be where? Like, you're coming up in Vegas? Is that what you said? Or
Me?
yeah,
The Paris.
Tom.
You
I'm
called
sorry.
him
I'm sorry,
Doug.
Dove. I,
Oh, no.
I
You
said
did
Dove.
call him
Yeah.
Dove.
I think I said I called him Dove.
Everybody was looking at Dove, and Dove's looking at you like, what
dare
the
you.
fuck are you
That's what I was
talking
here to-
about?
His skin looks like a bar of Dove
I
soap.
like to
though.
go around and plug
Yeah.
Dove's dates. That's what I do.
You got any of Joe's jokes you want to plug?
So Dove's going to be at the Paris in Vegas.
Yeah. You're not the only one who gets us confused.
Dove had to cancel, so I'll be there
That's right.
August 9th, 10th, and 11th. The Empire Comedy. You ever do that? Anybody ever do it?
I'm doing it.
done.
I'm doing it
It's,
in
uh,
August, I think.
All right.
Court
Maybe the week
McGowan's
after
thing?
you.
I don't think it'll be there anymore.
Yeah, it's court.
I think it's done. I
Dom, what do you do
No,
when
we
you
got
do
like 2
Vegas?
months
oh,
left.
you got 2
What
months?
do I do?
Yeah, what do you do
I
at
think it's
Vegas?
moving to Hard Rock.
Yeah.
You mean for fun?
You know, what gigs do you do?
Oh, for gigs. Like I'm a weird spot, Joe. Because if sometimes I'll headline the smaller casinos, but I can't do like the MGM. Like in Atlantic City, I can do like a big room, but
Right.
I need help in Vegas for a big room.
We saw Dice at the upstairs at the
Yeah.
Riviera. That's still a
I
great
wouldn't want
room.
to do that room.
Oh, are you kidding me?
It's amazing.
You liked
Jonathan's
it?
room.
Oh, it was amazing.
Really?
Oh,
See, I got the image of all those
That's where he used to be.
transvestites.
They put him up there.
Oh, it's where they do La Caja.
Where's he at
whatever.
now? Is he at a bigger casino?
I don't know. I don't know what he's
What
doing.
about Brad
How does that
Garrett's
work?
room? Does anything go on there?
No.
He
my agent-
he just moved from the
Oh,
Tropicana to the
to
MGM.
the MGM. My agent told me I can't go. I was like, well, Brad Garrett is a comedy club at the MGM. Maybe I could do a set there. She goes, you can't do this. I won't let you do this. It'll be terrible for your career.
Brad Garrett's room?
Terrible for your career.
It's that bad a room.
I don't know.
No, I opened
It's
that room.
probably
don't
too
know,
small
when
and
you do
too,
that.
too.
Talking about.
Quite a salesman.
It's on wobbly legs. I mean, he just moved from another casino.
It's just
so.
a comedy club, though. How could that possibly hurt your career?
No,
That's
they're staunch.
so
Yeah.
crazy.
He's a staunch anti-gay guy.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah,
not what it
he's
is.
really
Brad
against
Garrett?
homosexuality, so that's why.
Really?
It's like a Chick-fil-A thing.
I never heard that.
Really?
No.
Trying-
I'm like, what the
trying
fuck
to-
you
Like,
talking
I
about?
don't know.
That's
I don't know
weird.
what the
Why would
reason.
Brad Garrett be?
Ari, breaking fake
think it's-
news.
I could see him having a
Their
problem with
argument
little
was
people.
That you will then be connected to the other people that are touring there, which aren't like the best comedians. That was the insinuation.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, they
I
might
gotta
not.
tell you,
They might be booking B or C.
I
or
opened
whatever.
that room with Ray Romano.
It was that they weren't hiring.
Really?
Well, yeah.
high-end.
And we did the room, and he says, I got to have you back here. He made this big fuss about having me back there. The money was decent, everything. Guess when I'm booked there? April. How fucking bad could he have wanted me if I'm booked in April?
Yeah.
We couldn't jam anybody out of the schedule.
Speaking of high end, I did a gig with what's his name?
test,
Closed
test.
it. Well, you got it.
That
is
was
it working?
me. That was me.
No difference.
You did a good with what though?
I was
No
just
difference.
so pissed off.
But there's no difference.
I felt like he was.
Did you move the volume up?
Bro,
wait,
you
I'll wait.
sound
There you
louder.
go. Check, check.
You sound louder now.
No, that's them. That's not working on me.
Your mic. You. Wow, I sound louder now.
Mine. It's not changing here.
I hope you remember what you were
fine.
going to say,
That was
Dove,
me,
because
you
I'm
just
not
turned
going to
up.
remember.
That just got
No,
louder.
I
That just got a
remember.
little louder. What did you just do? I don't know. One of them. Someone talk. Check,
Hello?
check.
Oh, mine.
That
That's
one.
that's
That
mine.
one.
Turn mine down.
That
Turn
one.
mine down.
That shit's perfect. I think it's these headphones.
Now I
These
can't hear
headphones-
myself.
Mine. Now mine's blaring.
Yeah, turn it back down.
Jesus.
Oh, you sound like a child.
Why is it even?
Turn it down, Mom! Mom, I'm watching TV!
It hurts my
Shut
ear.
up!
Entertaining.
Oh, Mom.
Shut up! My show is on! Shut up!
Rub my ears, Mommy.
What were you saying, Dove?
You're a bag of shite, Dove Davidoff. You've got no heart for the fight. You've got no heart for the fight. You're shite. You're below shite.
You're below shite.
They say some things that are so comical.
On a scale of
What a
10 to
shit way to
below
live.
shite,
For fuck's sake.
you are shite.
What a shit way to live. A fucking traveler.
Have you guys
Run
seen the
around,
Wild
punch
and
people in the
Wacky?
face.
Now you're getting away from Dove's story.
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't much of a story.
I really
you
wanna
know?
hear
Yeah,
it.
you guys were talking about rooms and gigs. I did a gig. It was 20,000 people. Chris Tucker and some other
Whoa.
guys were headline. Yeah, it's not my guy. I didn't move 20,000 tickets, but I was on early in the show. And then they go on. The guy's doing material from 15 years ago. He's doing giraffe bits and Michael Jackson. It just felt I was insulted for the crowd.
Where was this?
It was like one of those stadium
Pay their
things?
hard-earned money.
Like
Yeah, it was
outdoor-
Mountain View. It was
Wait a
Mountain View in
minute.
San
No,
Jose.
there's something
Oh,
missing
okay.
from the story.
Yeah, what
Tell 'em
hap-
what the
how'd you
fuck-
get there?
No,
What?
tell them what you did there. Tell them what you did.
No, but that's not.
I'm talking about. Tell them what you fucking did.
I don't know. What did I do?
You got engaged.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, you're leaving that out.
No,
You got
no,
engaged
but-
for the 20,000 people.
No, but Chris Tucker was
You
upsetting.
got engaged in front of the crowd?
Yeah.
You see
know,
how
it
he's,
was-
like,
it was a
shying away
funny-
from this?
How long
it was
ago
a
was
fun
this?
thing to do. Well, I don't know, last year. She's since departed.
took her, he took her ring off her finger in the middle of the night.
No.
Soaped her finger up.
It was in the bathroom. No, we hadn't been together long enough, and I did the cost-benefit analysis. I would have given it to her had she
Slip a little
done the
Ambien
right
in her.
thing. No. They said,
Suddenly, this story took a turn.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a lot of information, wasn't it? In like
Holy
a really short
shit.
amount of
Good
time.
to-
That
good
was a lot of
direction,
info.
Tom Irerra just stuck you under the fucking coals.
I still got a
He just
beef with
grabbed you
Tucker.
by your ankles and threw you in the coals.
No, I mean, it's a good story.
how'd you
Basically
propose it for
just said,
20,000
take care of
people?
your own
I just said,
backyard.
He knows I love
marry
him.
me, you know. No, of course. I mean, it's a good story.
Did you work it into a bit or something? Did you just do a bit about how dumb marriage is? And then, hey, you, come out here.
It's part of my closer. I mean, that ain't the first stage I've married abroad on.
So,
yeah.
so how did we get on
that's
this?
a great idea. Marry a girl at every show.
Marry a girl at every show.
I've married women in every city in this fucking country.
country, Dove.
Only clip he fights to keep off the internet.
Yeah.
It's funny because Dove's like, I did a show in front of 20,000 people, and Dom's like, tell him how you crushed that girl's dreams.
Let's get to the real story.
That's a bit of a hard left, but okay.
No, I was just insulted for the people. I was thinking of rooms, and people come out and
You
buy
were
a
insulted
ticket.
for them after you proposed to a girl on stage in front of them. Really?
Well, I don't see what one has to do with the other. Tucker went on.
What?
Tucker went. No, I mean, for the
Really?
crowd, I felt bad. Yeah, no, I don't.
I think she was a sweetheart.
What? Oh, she. Oh,
I mean, I
We're not
don't
even
want to keep
talking
bringing it
about
up.
that.
And the crowd probably loved it that you did that in front of them, right?
I don't think.
Was it a strong closer?
The Latinos are family-oriented people. Yeah, they enjoy it.
After you proposed to her, did you stand behind her, put your arms through her, around her, and do the classic closer where you're somebody else's arms,
Start picking your nose.
and you tell a story?
Taking the ring back off of her finger with your own hands.
Yeah, magic tricks. No, clearly I've got.
They reference that on the new episode of Louie. They talk about.
What's
They're talking about some comic. Hey, you remember that comic? Oh, see the one that puts his arms through the thing. Louie says, and then the other comic goes, "Everybody does that. Everybody closes with that." Louie,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
I do remember a bunch of different people who had that gig. That
I saw
yeah.
on,
the arms thing.
But there had to be a guy who did it first.
Yeah.
The people were going, this guy's fucking so creative.
I saw him
Who
on
would've
BT
thought of
like
that?
9 times.
You
Yeah,
saw
sure,
the
the first guy.
BET
Yeah.
He's like the
has
first guy to do crowd work too. It's
Right.
pretty impressive.
Where you from? I never thought of that.
Crowd work, eh?
BET has whole shows where they'll show like one joke
One
being
theme.
stole 100
Yeah.
times.
Crackheads.
Someone doing the same joke
Jehovah's
over and
Witness.
Oh,
over.
yeah.
And they do it on
Hilarious.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they instead of going like
Hilarious.
BET does it on
the
purpose.
All Atlanta
Yeah.
show, they just like all the crackhead joke show.
Because Comedy Central would do
Show
dumb
through,
shows where
yeah.
they would lump together bits by topic.
by
You know,
topic.
like Comedy Central
Yeah,
used
that's
to do
what
those
BET
things.
did.
No,
But
these
this
are the
sounds like
same-
they're really trying to point out that it's the same goddamn bit every time. Whereas Comedy Central was like trying to say, "Hey, lots of people have this, the same take on the same thing. Isn't that fun?"
No, they
you know,
do the
like that
same
comedy
joke.
remix or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
You know,
it's not fun.
they
It
do.
just makes us all sound
It
seem
just
weak.
it just makes you go, well, God, all the comics are talking about. They're all talking about driving.
But it's not even that. It's the same joke, the same actual.
Yeah,
joke.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is this sounds more deliberately like pointing out that these comics suck.
Well, it's
Which
just
is
like
weird for
making fun of
BET.
the
You
lack
think
of
they'd be more,
creativity.
but you think they'd be some more supportive
Of their
under the
comics that they $100
circumstances.
to.
Yeah.
What do you
Why is
think's
that?
more helpful?
What do you think's the most played out premise or joke
Viagra.
of all? Viagra?
No.
You know the problem with
How about-
Viagra is the word Viagra is not funny. It doesn't have a funny name.
Cialis
So
is
you
funny.
so you
I
so
think
you're
Viagra's very funny.
the actual what
It
it
is
does
funny.
what it does is hilarious. Yeah,
It's a funny word, Viagra.
it
It's
is.
funny.
I think Viagra's funnier than Cialis.
There's no T's.
It kind of has like a
No
vagina
Ks.
kind of sound to it.
But it's I mean that's probably it's as played out as any other.
You think
How about-
that's
how
the most
about,
played out one?
You get to a
Well, I
really
think it's
funny
up
word
there.
when
I
you
don't
bring it
think
up
it's
because you
among
get to
them.
say boner. You get to get to boner
Boner's a
eventually,
good
and that's
word.
a hilarious
That sounds
word.
Boner's a
boing.
great word.
I don't know.
How about there are any Arabs here? Oh, good. Let's talk about them.
Oh,
When
I
no one
hate
cheers
that.
or whatever
Oh,
it
that
is.
there's
that's
all those
pretty
trite
hacky.
little.
And I'm like,
segue
Grandma,
things.
please.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
a bad
Yeah.
one.
I
That's a
remember the
tagline.
most played out joke was she wants to be just friends with me. Friend, that means I'm not getting laid, folks. Is this thing on?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Hey, do you still do Arrow? Razor?
What?
What's his name? Razor Arrow.
No, not Razor was the guy who was auditioning at a club since it opened. It was close to passing.
Yeah.
And I would just do setups with no punchlines.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah.
Like just stupid shit like. what's
God,
up-
it was fun to
what-
watch.
What's up with turtles, man? They're so slow. I mean, come on, pick up the pace.
Oh, that
There's no joke.
There was a
It was
punchline.
just like an okay open
It's over
micer.
turtles. No, you're talking about, and then the other one was the lounge comedians. This thing on, what do you call a dog with no legs? Nothing no matter what you call me, incumbent. Ooh, ah, ooh. That was it.
What the
Jamie Masada used to hang a piece of salami around his neck, and when a joke didn't do well, he'd take a bite.
Really?
Masada did that.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
That was part of his act.
That's what he said.
Buddy, I have a one definite way out of any bad spot.
So you
I'm
got
on stage, buddy. I can't.
I
give
had
you
the good.
laughs.
I had the good set. Look, mostly sausage.
I pull out.
Whenever he had 6 inches,
Charcuterie.
whenever he had 6 inches or
You
more
got to
than he
come in and do
killed.
the podcast with him. You know?
Well, last time Ari
Yeah,
and I tortured him, We had him on the air in
Opie
New York.
Anthony.
Oh, I remember
on
that,
Opie and
yeah.
Anthony.
After they were trying to
How
ban
did
the
you
N-word.
torture him?
He
They're
was
trying
like,
to ban the
we're-
N-word.
Oh,
We're going
that
to
is
ban
ridiculous.
the N-word.
Charging people for saying
Nobody
it.
on Laugh Factory going to say the N-word. No more.
yeah.
There was like 6
Okay,
comics there
Damon
going like,
Wayans, you
"Do
can
not
say it."
start censoring people. You idiot. Don't do that.
Nobody. And we were like, nigger. You can't say nigger? Is that what you said? Don't say it, buddy. Don't say it. We can't say
Fine
it
you
anymore.
$15.
But no more saying it, buddy.
That's a stupid.
Remember that? And then Damon
The
Wayans said
swear
like 80
jar for
times on
one
purpose.
word.
Yeah. Get out of here with
The
your
least
silliness.
politically correct dude. in the
But
world.
it's not even that. It was an obvious publicity ploy. He's going on the radio,
Yeah.
telling everybody he's gonna. I figured out the answer. It's censorship. That's what we need to do to fix this whole problem. It's not
Yeah.
people be more nice or comedy get more better. No. We need
How
Well,
often
you guys-
does the Comedy Store or the Improv get in the news?
Only
Like the Laugh
Factory.
Factory,
It's always the
it's a
Factory.
publicity machine
It's
over
always
there.
the Factory. It
Yeah.
is.
Whether it's
Yeah.
Michael Jackson,
On
remember the
purpose.
kid with Michael Jackson?
Buddy, those kids loved Michael. I don't believe any of these things. I think their parents.
Jamie told me. Jamie goes,
Says
this
for
movie.
them.
He brought up the name of the movie. He goes, the movie did really, really well. He goes, I heard it had good word of mouse.
Word of mouth is very
Yeah,
good.
All the mice are telling everyone.
There's a
to see
poster
it.
upstairs that says what he wants to do in the future. And it says he wants to take part in new mediums like the internet and CD-ROM.
That'd be a great way to promote. That'd be a great way to promote an American Tail movie. Is to say in the ads that it. Now Brian, now you just messed up my thing.
What?
Right in the middle of my amazing
Have you
punchline.
guys
I was
felt
about
weird
to
at
say.
all about saying a rape joke on stage yet?
No, I did. I actually did it, and I told them. I told this woman, it was really kind of a sophisticated-looking, well-educated black woman. You know, you
Yeah.
can just tell that type. And she's sitting there.
She had a
and she's
turban
nice.
on.
And I said to her, I'm going to do, just to prove to you that it's so much how you present it, I'm going to do a rape joke followed by a killer child molestation bit. And you're going to laugh. And she was howling laughing.
Really?
Yeah, and I did it
Nice.
twice. I did it at the Laugh Factory and at the Comedy Store. Just to
Nice.
show people that...
Yeah, it just
You
caught
think
me for a
Daniel
second
Tosh-
thinking
Yeah,
about
but
it.
it's all context, you know.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
people do it,
But
and it
remember-
really does come off as misogyny, and other people do it, and you can sell it, right? I mean,
Well, Daniel is...
the way
Yeah.
you sell it.
Yeah, but I mean, you think he really supports rape? I mean,
No.
how stupid a fucking thing is that?
No, but I don't think they were saying that if somebody makes a joke of bad
no
taste,
more
it
C
supports
word
it.
anymore either. We're gonna fix this whole thing.
I'm glad you
no
said
more
that.
rape joke.
Because my cunt is
Stop it
killing
with
me.
the rape joke. It's not heckle that's the problem.
Dom's
It's a bad
goddaughter.
word.
Dom's goddaughter was in the club. Dom went out to do a set, and Jamie introduced me to her. He goes, "Have you met what's her name?
Jenna.
Jenna, Dom's godfather." He introduced her as Dom's godfather.
Boy, she looks great for a guy. Godfather.
yeah. She's got a great look for a 72-year-old man. She looks.
But it was the same stuff after the Kramer thing, where it was like anytime you
Yeah.
wanted, if you were even thinking about saying the N-bomb or something, it was just like, can't do it now.
Yeah.
Anything
Buddy.
rape now, just for the last
Yeah,
couple
that's-
times, like,
take
fuck.
away your money, buddy. You can't do it in my club. I take away your money.
Ooh. He's really going to take our money.
$20.
$20. No more $20. I fine you.
Jamie was in the middle telling everybody not to use the N-word. Then he looked at some guy and goes, "Look at this faggot."
Yeah, right.
Right in the middle going, "You cannot use the, look at this faggot."
Do people care if you tell jokes about a man getting raped? That's
Yep,
okay,
way
right?
easier. Way easier.
Buddy,
that's
no
fine.
Accept
problem
it.
with a man.
So that
being
girl is wrong
raped.
when she said no rape jokes are funny because
Well, we
male
were
rape
just-
is funny.
The last time we did Ice House Chronicles,
Hilarious.
Dom discussed a joke that I always tell him is hilarious. That is in fact a rape joke. It's a funny rape joke.
Oh, yeah, the regular rape.
I've heard a few. I've heard a few good ones. It's a tough one to write a good one about and not be offensive.
Here's the
but
best I've heard it explained. Kurt Metzger says that people accuse us of being not sensitive enough. But he goes, no, we're overly sensitive. We know that that's one of the worst things that can happen to
course.
someone.
It's a joke.
So we're using that as our most extreme example in order to accentuate whatever point we're making.
yeah, most of the time it's being said. It's purposely being saying a horrific statement.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's got to be done in contextually in a way that isn't misogynistic.
Well, you
Otherwise,
said-
it does become offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
sure,
the lady's
sure.
a goddamn heckler. She's not a human anymore. You're a target. Once you become a heckler, you have decided that your own perspective
Is more
more
important.
important than the entire room full of people.
After
And
you've been
someone
told-
who is doing something you can't possibly understand, managing a show, ad-libbing about what's bad about rape, and you think this is your time to self-righteously.
And she could have
yell
gone on.
out.
She could have written a blog the next day.
Yeah,
The context got completely ruined by her lack of no understanding what was even happening.
No.
She just suddenly saw a comedian talking about rape and didn't even take into account that it was shouted out by an audience member.
And Joe was saying something the other night. Joe, remember about Tracy Morgan?
Yeah.
Like, do you really think Tracy would kill his son?
Stab his son.
It's you can't take shit out of context and just quote them randomly. He said this.
It's a style.
Everything sounds horrible that way.
It's a style of art, just like heavy death metal is a style of music. You know, it's a style. Like gangster movies are a style of movies. It doesn't mean that you really want people to go out and become gangsters and kill people, but it's an entertaining style of programming.
I can't think of any of them, but like Anthony Jeselnik must have some good rape jokes because his whole act is just saying really offensive but hilarious things.
There's a lot of people who have jokes where it shouldn't be funny. I used my last special. I had a joke about working for the UFC. I like working for the UFC, but I don't like being around a lot of men who can rape me. And that's part
the thing is, too, it's like when those don't go over, it seems super offensive. But if a joke about flowers don't go over, people are just bored.
Yeah. We're just trying to do
no
the
one
same
gets written
thing.
up.
Patrice had a great point when Opie and Anthony got in trouble for something. When he was like, "It comes from the same place. You're just trying to be funny. So you're not really trying to hurt anybody. And guess what? When it bombs, it hurts us. I mean, we say something that you think is offensive, and you don't laugh. Like, it doesn't feel good for us. So it's not what we wanted. We wanted to say something outrageous where you knew we were kidding and you would laugh.
Yeah, and like there's some comics that bring on booing on certain jokes and stuff because then there's some sort of turn or something where they can make it cool again,
There's also some bad
she just didn't let him do what he was doing, Oh, of course there is.
I'm not saying this was, but in general, it's like you get those jokes that are just fucking dumb and hurtful, and I don't I don't see it worth defending.
Spoken like a man who gets a lot of pussy.
There's definitely unskillful rape jokes. They're not well crafted, but that's not. You're not lumping them with this.
But you remember open mics and people just say nigger 40 times in a row, so you could like. And it was so horrible for everyone.
I make an argument for some rape jokes just being bad.
Sure. You can say that about almost every subject.
Ones? I mean,
almost every subject by the majority of the comedians is handled crudely.
Yeah, every subject has bad jokes.
But people don't find it deeply personally offensive.
It is also a knee-jerk. It's a knee-jerk thing too when someone's heckling you to be mean. And that was part of the problem there. Is that he was just like, oh, this person is, like they explored it on an episode of Louis where there's a woman in the audience saying stupid shit to him, and he didn't really go that far with her, but he did say terrible things to her, and to depict that's what happens is it just becomes. It gets to an ugly place. Because you can get the audience on your side cheering you on, saying something terrible,
But it all took a life because Daniel's famous. Nobody would have given a fuck if he
Well, and this woman is self-aggrandizing.
Right, but it's different, though. Joe could have gotten away with it, and he's famous.
No, I think it's the same shit. I think they turned on Tosh, and they were like, well, if it was someone skilled like Louis, he could have gotten away with it, but not Tosh. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I hate when they talk about the individual skills.
Everyone
they don't understand that every situation is so different. And like it wasn't.
And Tosh is
it's not
very
necessarily
skilled.
your job to shut the person up. It's to entertain everybody.
It's to do stand-up. It's not to be interrupted by an asshole in the audience. You're not a human when you yell that stupid shit out. You're a target. You're a hurdle that I have to get through. And if I have to throttle you and make you look stupid in front of everybody and ruin your night, that's going to happen.
You told me that.
But I think you talk somebody through it more like you just did if somebody's trying shit like that with you. Instead of just a short, you should get raped by 5 people.
Maybe. What if I was in a bad mood, though? I mean, I would try to think that I would like to think that I would have handled it better, but maybe not.
You told me once when I was a door guy, you like obliterated somebody. And I was like, don't you ever feel bad about that? And you're like, once they've opened their mouths and just interrupted, they've proven they're assholes. Yeah. And why would I try to protect an asshole?
Yeah. Or drunk. Like alcohol is also a big. But like that lady may have had a couple when she doesn't normally. And because that's the problem with drink minimums is they're like, yeah, I'll have 2 Long Island iced teas or whatever, and they're not a drinker. And next thing you know, you've got a perfectly nice lady or gentleman just fucking mouthing off about some shit that's just like they don't even seem to understand that it's a performance that they think they're there alone.
Well, then also you have a large percentage of people these days that are operating under the control of antidepressants. It's a large amount, and a lot of them like to drink as well.
Oh, mixed with booze. Yeah.
And when you mix it with booze, you got a lot of fucking questionable judgment.
Consideration.
Yeah, you get drunk way faster.
I get more drunken, stupid heckling in Denver than any other place, and I think it's because of the altitude. I think that just because they live there, they think they've got it, but then they go and drink, and
Like, what?
You're talking to the babies of gold miners, bro. Think about the people that came over there to mine for gold.
Hey, let's stop here.
That's a lot of the genetic chain. Stop where it's cold as fuck. It's awesome though. It's Denver is one of the most beautiful cities ever. Just when you're in the skyline, you look out and you see the Rockies. Yeah. That just knocks you right on your ass. You're like, look at those fucking
Makes
mountains.
you feel small.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially Boulder when you're like right up to it. When you're in Boulder, you're like at the bottom of the mountains. It's insane. It's crazy. It's a crazy place to live.
You lived there for a while.
Yeah. Oh, I'd move back in a heartbeat. Except for that fucking cold weather, man. The cold weather's a bitch. Hey.
Stupid cold weather ruins almost everywhere.
Yeah, but, if it wasn't for cold weather, more people would be living there, too. You got to look at it that way.
That would ruin things.
That would suck it up even worse.
Explains California, I guess.
You ever go up to Arrowhead? Ever go up Big Bear? That area?
Yeah.
Pretty fucking nice, man.
Yeah, mountains are beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful up there.
Anything that allows people to feel small, I think, is helpful for.
Yeah. Yeah,
just
I think
the idea of anything
important.
that reduces narcissism. I'm a big fan of it.
Lakes and mountains and shit.
They can do that.
Sort of settles you down.
Yeah.
The ocean for sure settles you down.
That's what a lot of AA people have there is a higher power. The ones that are like staunchly atheist. They're like, I'm not saying God.
Yeah, right.
And so they're like, the ocean. You can't stop the ocean.
Yeah.
Use that as a higher power.
Stop the ocean, bitch.
Use mountains.
Can't stop the ocean.
You can't stop.
Think you're badass? Go swim in the ocean forever. You can't. Okay, the ocean will be there, stupid. You will die. You will fall in. You will rot away. And
you see that guy in Australia
never happened.
Got bitten in half
by a shark.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's really hilarious is the sharks are protected. You're protecting something that eats people. If there was a person in there eating people, you'd shoot that guy. But meanwhile, it's a shark, and you're like, oh, we got to protect this. No, surfing is awesome. What you do is kill those sharks that eat people.
Kill them all.
That shark was just on bath salts.
What happened to him?
We should own the oceans, man. We should own the oceans, goddammit. It's ours. It's ours. We take it. People say, they shouldn't have been in there anyway with those sharks. Fuck you. Put up a fucking electrical fence. The sharks swim right into it. They're dead. It's only for really large things.
What? Australia?
That's a terrible idea. That idea doesn't work. Can't get an electrical fence in the ocean. Nobody even helped me on that one.
They're like, why don't you go ahead and fund that yourself?
My fucking theory sucks.
Yeah, bit somebody in half. Fuck. How weird would that be if you're on the beach and somebody that happened?
We were in Comic-Con. This guy was telling me they just found a second shark, and he's like, "Don't go into the ocean. Or they just got a second shark."
Second shark in Australia?
No, in San Diego when we were there for Comic-Con.
Well,
Some guy just said that to you.
We were there for something. I forget what show it was. Maybe it was House of Blues last time. And a week before, a guy had gotten cut in half while he was swimming. Wow. Like somewhere in that area. He was doing some training for a triathlon. And they were like, 100 yards offshore. And there was a whole chain of them. And they all swimming together with a boat. Yeah. And this fucking shark came along and just cut this motherfucker in two. Wham! Right in front of everybody. You can't see anything. Dark water. And this hulking figure.
He can see.
16, 17, who knows how many fucking feet it was. Just big enough that it's just just the idea of it coming at you.
Emerging from the blackness.
Row of razor sharp teeth that will remove your fucking legs from your hips.
I wonder what it feels like.
Oh, horrific. They say you don't even feel the pain.
What's that?
You ever do the cage diving in Hawaii or wherever?
No.
Cool.
They say it's so crazy you don't feel the pain. Yeah. They say it slices into you so fast.
Yeah, you can't process.
You don't even know what's going on. Then you feel a tug on your leg, and then you look down, and you realize, oh my God, I don't have a leg anymore.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And just blood, and you bleed out. You can't survive. There's no way you're gonna survive.
Too. Yeah.
You can't survive. You won't make it. There's no way for you to make it.
You know the opposite spectrum of that? Have you guys ever gone to La Jolla Cove?
Yeah.
The seals?
Yeah, people swim like right alongside the seals. They're all swimming there, and the seals are on the same.
Yeah, there's always a big argument
Wait
about
till the
whether or not it
sharks
should be
find
open
out.
to the public.
Yeah,
No, it's been going on for years.
The sharks are gonna find out because the internet.
because they love
Sharks
sharks.
are gonna get online. They're
The
gonna
sharks are going to Google it, and then next thing you know,
a fucking real problem, man.
they'll know where to go. This
Gonna
time
have a
it's
real
personal.
problem.
Doug, you had the best
I'm afraid
line.
of jellyfish. The fuck?
You should be.
Doug, you had the best line in San Diego when you were talking about those seals. We're going, and you're like, Heidi Klum.
That wasn't really a line as much as it was just
the crowd in San Diego was
that
so
came out of
crazy.
my brain.
The crowd in San Diego was so crazy. Doug Benson got on stage, came off stage, and opened up the back room to the green room. It was like, are you fucking hearing this?
That's still
They were going bananas.
That's cool.
And then later that same show, you asked me, have you gone on yet? And I almost said, did you remember when I opened the door? The crowd was going crazy.
We were on parallel dimensions. I tried to explain how high
that was a fucking fun night.
That was a ridiculously fun
Now,
night.
Joe, I saw you do stand-up last week, and you came on and said you were kind of high.
Yeah.
But then you kind of sobered up after about 10 minutes. But
Well,
I could see it at first.
I'm high, but I can talk.
Yeah. Also, if you're not continuing to take hits while you're doing your set, you must be less high by the end of it.
It's not a bad high. It's not a high like I can't control it. It's and again, this is the kind of pot that the shit that we smoke is Doug the same. He smokes sativa. That stuff. It's not like it hinders your ability to form sentences. You know, indica kind of does. Indica slows you down and makes you like real. It's real like heady. This is not like that. This is like I always describe it's like Carl Sagan weed.
You clearly got more sober during the.
Did I?
I thought, yeah.
I could see that. Sometimes you're too much, and then like 10 minutes is enough to like, okay, I'm back in control now. I'm still high, but I'm in control.
That's called a cheeseburger, and it's one of the things that makes us great.
Oh, look at that
right.
thing.
As an
Some
American.
asshole in a fucking hut wearing a rag on his head eating tabbouleh. You think about this. A fucking American cheeseburger.
Didn't you just yell at me for getting a cheeseburger?
So, Doug, when is this Comic Con
I thought
movie
you meant
coming
that
out?
Brian's not training enough to be eating cheeseburgers.
Hey, Doug.
So delicious.
Um,
They are good cheeseburgers here at the Ice House.
Yeah, it tastes like
that
grill.
looks amazing, but I
Give me
don't.
some ranch dressing.
Oh, don't let Joey Diaz hit you about that.
You ever heard Joey
Don't
Diaz?
talk in between the microphones.
Yeah. I think last time I was on with him,
It's blue
that
cheese with
subject
wings.
came-
So go fuck your mother. It's like one of the greatest lines of all time. It's blue cheese with wings or go fuck your mother.
Yeah, somebody wrote a tweet today to me about something about go to the Ice House tonight or go fuck your mother, and I wrote back if I didn't know you were quoting Coco, that would have been
Blockable?
That would have
Blockable
been
offense?
that would have been retweet with blocked written right next to it.
By the way, God bless your side boob Sunday, man. I really
thank you.
enjoy
I'm
that.
glad you like it.
You need more of those
There's
People
many-
write in pictures of side boobs.
Yeah.
Girl, I started this thing #Side Boob Sunday where women, if there's no actual nudity, because I don't want to write not safe for work or any of that shit.
Yeah.
If there's no actual nudity, but you see the side of their boob, I'll print it, I'll retweet it. But now women just like they're all topless, just holding their nipple, like they don't get that. I meant like. How sometimes when when a girl's wearing something where you could see side boob, it's exciting for some reason, and but if a girl's naked just holding her tit, like once you've got that far, that's not that sexy. You might as well just be naked, yeah. So anyway, they send them to me and I retweet them, and yesterday was. Or Sunday, it's Wednesday now, was crazy. Like I've got like 20 or 30 of them in one day.
Wow.
Like some days are slower than others. Like Mother's Day was pretty slow. I only got a couple. Father's Day I didn't get any. Right? Because that's like
They don't want to see their daughter.
they're hanging out they're with dad, so they're like not taking any naked pics that day.
There's something hotter about. I know I can go on the internet and see plenty of pictures and videos of naked girls or girls fucking, but when I can get someone that I have real contact with just to show me a topless picture,
Right.
Yeah, that's really cool. But I'm amazed at how
Where does
many
that come
guys.
from? Why do you
don't
think
know.
that is psychological? I think
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
don't
people
know.
experience that.
just because. So you're the one doing it.
What's gonna happen?
It's a power situation.
What's going to happen? She's letting you know. What are you talking about? She's letting you know. She's down to
I was
fuck.
thinking more along the lines if she wasn't. Like if you knew you weren't going to have sex, but you'd still want to see it more than you would otherwise, right? I mean, you still want to see somebody.
It'd still be fun to
more when it's
see,
girls I haven't done
but they're going to have sex with you if they're sending you naked pictures, I think. But yeah, it is.
You guys are like, why is that so interesting? Why is that better? They're sending you tits. Why are you happy?
But guys on Twitter will write to me, thank you for getting all these girls to send in these side boob shots.
Yeah,
and I'm
and then they
like,
send
you're on
tweets
the
to them.
internet on Twitter.
Just go.
Find some fucking titties. Like,
Yeah,
why
but
do you...
that's a real girl. That's a real.
It's a real girl. And
Real
you know what I
girl.
think they like
Yeah.
about it is they're their Twitter name has to be in there when I retweet it. So like you ever see a hot girl on the internet and you have no way of contacting her or finding out what her name is? It's a bummer. But the guys could just then follow that girl and be a total creep on them.
And you all have a connection. Like you all have like-mindedness. You all smoke pot probably. Shit like that.
A lot of these girls have thousands of fucking followers.
Yeah.
Do you ever get fat dudes taking side boob pictures?
Yeah, they think it's funny, but if it's from a guy, I just don't click on it anymore because it's either them.
Whatever, you clicked on mine Sunday.
Yeah, I did because it was from you. But and then it was him, fucking Brian, holding his tit out while driving. By the way, so no, officer, I wasn't texting or tweeting. Well, let me see your phone. I've heard cops take the phone from the person and look and see like what they were up to.
If you said something in the last minute.
Yeah, couldn't you say you can't take it?
No, this is what they do though.
Yeah.
Sir, may I see your phone, please?
No.
Yeah, you have to say that, but they say it in a demanding way. That's what my justice teacher told me.
I experimented with anti. I was trying to. I wanted to focus more, and I thought maybe if I could diminish that sort of more instinctual part of myself.
Have you ever just tried rubber bands?
No,
what's that?
It works.
Just actually go crazy.
Oh right, yeah.
But it didn't work. Are you telling us?
It reduced it.
You said it did for a while.
It did, yeah.
Did it give you other side effects?
It reduced it, but it just got down like what's that thing you say, Dom? You see, even though your sex drive is diminished, you just feel Irish.
I just feel like I'm an Irish instead of Italian. You know, like that side of you. That fucking
I just felt like
relentless.
More
side.
what I think a normal person.
Like an Irish guy wants to get laid 3 times a week, and Italian guy's like a monkey.
Right.
So wait, so what? It kept under control, but not too much.
It reduced. That's one of the major deterrents for people to experiment with antidepressants, that they don't want to lose their drive. But for me, it was just the opposite. I was very curious about what it would be like to reduce that that thing. You know,
the drive to me is not nearly as much of a problem as the no boners from some of those things.
Oh, that would be a problem
because no drive is like you don't even miss it.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, if you're not driven there, Leonardo da Vinci, largely theorized that he was a homosexual and then had no outlet, with which to, all of that sexual energy had no out. I mean, you saw what he produced. Not that anybody would produce it if they would cut out sexuality, but it's just interesting. You'd have to sublimate those desires in the direction of something
by inventing the helicopter.
Potentially more positive. Yeah. Had Leonardo da Vinci been born in West Hollywood in the 80s, I wonder whether or not he would have had that kind of output.
He would have died of AIDS.
Yeah, precisely, yeah.
Sure. He would have been the test monkey.
Or went crazy.
He would have been the patient zero.
He would have been designing methods of better able to disperse this disease to everyone.
This is how the zombie AIDS got started. An Italian man came over here with his easel, slinging dick with a beret on.
Did it do anything else to you, Dove?
It did. I wasn't taking it as it relates to some sort of serotonin kind of SRI thing. I was taking it just to reduce an ADD-ish component to my life, and I think it diminished that to a degree. But I've since stopped taking it. I don't know that it helped that much.
So why you're so happy lately?
Short. Yeah. That's why I have such a ball to be around. No, but I don't know. I wasn't doing a lot. I wasn't taking a heavy dose. I don't know.
Don't you have to take it regularly?
I don't think happiness is an innate, is a sustainable sort of condition for the human animal. So I don't know how much of it is something you just got to feel, and then let it go. Maybe we shouldn't be running to find a way to feel better. If we're not feeling good,
they've had.
Would you apply that? Would you apply that same thing to your ankle?
To the ankle?
Yeah. If you twisted your ankle, would you not fix it because maybe we're supposed to twist ankles?
I don't think the analogy holds. I think the idea of a psychological condition is much more ethereal. An ankle, it's like, it's off, it's broken. Whereas I think certain types of depression or darkness, I think, can be pretty healthy for forming a functional psychological perspective in general, I think.
Yeah, it could help.
I think so. I mean, if somebody has a severe,
that's assuming
real
it's the only
chemical
way to
issues,
accomplish that, though. It's assuming the only way to accomplish a form of stability is to
you
see
could do
the
it other
abyss.
ways.
You could do it other ways.
And also that abyss
right.
could just
But I
take
would
you
prefer
to
to do it
nothing.
naturally, if possible.
Yeah,
I would like to stare into the abyss.
Well, you don't have to stare at the abyss. I'm saying it doesn't have to be that. That's not the only choice. You can manage your consciousness. You can choose how you'll let yourself go down these dark and dreary, rotating closed circuits in your mind.
Well, it's also like women.
Self-destructive thoughts are responsible for a lot of what people allow and not allow into their head. And when they do that, you can set yourself down a bad chain of events that can lead to depression. That's 100% true.
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean that's the only... See, but depression's a fucking super complicated thing because it comes from a bunch of different places. It can come from physical things. It can come from psychological things. It can come from past experiences.
We also use the term too broadly.
Yeah, you use it when anytime somebody's down. Clinical depression is different than being depressed.
It's a different kind of thing. If you're suicidal,
it's a weird self-righteous thing, man. Like people who are like really depressed, like, I'm offended by you talking about depressions, your ideas of depression. That's like saying you're offended that someone says they like music.
Right.
Okay? Because everybody's experienced some level of depression as a human. Yeah. I don't know what physical depression some people have been under, on how much of it is psychological, but every single person, no one has gotten to any level of emotional success in this life unless you've crashed into walls.
Well, what Doug said earlier about alcohol, I think at least happens to me with depression. Like you said, you wake up with a hangover, and then that night you're out drinking again. Yeah. And with depression, I wake up, and I see it's a beautiful day. I look outside, I pull the curtain shut, I go back to sleep after breakfast.
Right.
But then by that time at night, I feel good again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like a chemical way without alcohol.
Right. Booze is a depressant too.
What don't you like about seeing the day? What's the bad feeling about it?
Because I have to challenge myself. Just sometimes
the comedy store's not open yet.
I mean, I feel guilty when I'm not writing. Yeah, so the only time I can get away from it is, it's never enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the only time I get away from it is by going to sleep, or having sex.
Or writing.
Or being on
writing,
stage,
of course. But I'm saying if I want to get away from it, writing is the ultimate thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. If I'm not doing my job, I'm not doing my share, I feel guilty.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to get to work, and I can't enjoy things as much.
Fleischer said the only time he doesn't feel pain is when he's on stage.
Oh, Jesus.
Who said that?
Christ.
Fleischer.
Charles Fleischer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's sort of there. There's a truth to that, though, in that you
can tune all out.
Everything kind of goes away while you're out there. It's hard to be focused on something else.
Yeah, when you're alone in your apartment, you got to think about everything.
I guess the challenging part of it all is just to maintain equilibrium. To go, that feels dark, and not allow yourself to go down the rabbit hole. And at the same time,
it's also self-indulgent
don't just
because we have so much
fun.
free time. They say that the best way to avoid bad feelings and to nurture happy feelings
meaningful
is to
distraction.
Accomplish goals.
Yeah.
Say accomplish things. Set yourself up for goals and make them happen. Accomplish them. Whatever it is, learn Spanish. I'm learning Spanish. I'm learning this.
But I think sometimes when people are very career-driven, it can also be really unhealthy in other ways. I think oftentimes certain types of success are not at all consistent with being a decent
human
person. Like if you look at the average CEO, the average sort of homogenous corporation, you're not dealing with somebody who has a general sort of amalgam of personality components that are really that are often consistent with being really thoughtful, reflective, compassionate, and decent.
Fun to be around.
Yeah.
Awesome dudes, great jokers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think someone like Obama is like happy, or is he just like fuck? Just let me take off for a little bit.
That's a good question.
I don't think you get that kind of drive being what I would associate with somebody who is innately happy. I don't think so, no.
You don't think he's happy?
I think he may be happy now sometimes. I wouldn't describe
his
disposition as one of happiness.
It's pretty bad if you're unhappy just because you're not president again.
Right.
It's funny. Somebody just wrote on the message board that so many comedians are depressed as fuck.
Yeah.
And it is kind of true, but it's really so many people are depressed as fuck.
Absolutely.
That's the real thing.
Absolutely.
It's not
talking
just
about
that
it.
Comedians are just like just a cross-section of society. It's not that we have an unusual number of people that are depressed. Right. If you go to people that run gas stations, I guarantee you a lot of them are depressed too.
Yeah, very depressed. Somebody said this, like, how come they weren't prescribing this 200 years ago? Like, because they just let people suffer from it.
I would argue with that. I think comedians on average as a control group have more issues than the average human being.
Yeah.
That's why we're comedians.
I read a book. It was a bunch of bios written by an analyst about philosophers, and philosophers mathematically kill themselves more than other people. It's not that other people don't feel depressed. It's that there are certain types of people where
they're thinking about it. They're working it through.
Well, what they are is not maintaining.
I might as well kill myself. There's no point.
They're a bunch of emo bitches.
They're not maintaining.
Bunch of emo whiny bitches.
Bunch of emo bitches.
They need to go run hill sprints.
Take that.
Do some hill sprints, you
Sartre.
pussy.
Yeah.
Learn how to do a deadlift, you fucking queer.
Fucking queer.
Who
Who's queer anymore? You a homo?
Kill myself, I feel bad.
Queer really went away, huh?
Yeah,
I bring
queer.
it back. I bring it back.
Have you ever smeared one?
I bring it back.
You're
It
bringing
doesn't even
back
mean-
queer.
It doesn't mean anything negative against my gay friends. This is.
But his gay enemies, they'll eat that word.
No, you can't say queer. You can't even. You can't say gay. You can't say queer. You can't say anything. If it's got to be, it's got to be lame. But it just doesn't sound as good.
You know what started sounding really racist to me? African American.
Because
Yeah.
I like when they
Just
confuse
sounds
it and go
bad now.
Afro-American.
Because
Well, you know, what about guys
whoever's
that are from,
using it
like,
is
the West
uncomfortable with black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because nobody else uses it otherwise. The only people that use African American either are around other people that would be are uncomfortable with being
professors.
around black
Yeah,
people.
it's their
You know
way
what
of
I mean?
sounding
Just
like
black.
they're being respectful when in fact they're probably
You know what I read?
quite the
Okay.
opposite.
I read someone being described as an African American of Cuban descent.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Because
it means their family came from here and moved to Cuba?
I don't know.
it's when they introduce a WWF fighter as by way of something.
Oh yeah. Well, this is a guy that was a guy who was living in America. That is a black guy that came from Cuba, an African American of Cuban descent.
He's actually a Cuban who moved to America who happens to be black.
Yeah, a lot
Listen,
of Cubans are very dark.
Either
very
way, he was
black.
deported.
Yeah. Well, but all the white ones left when Castro took over.
Is that what
All
happened?
the- Really?
So many Caucasians.
Well, the ones with money.
because they were the middle class.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that came to Miami, right?
Yeah.
That's why they're so mad.
Yeah.
Cubans from Miami are completely different, right?
They're Republican.
Yeah.
They're very
Oh,
Republican.
he said he freed them all, and all he did was he freed all the fucking prisoners. All the most
No, that was
violent
later.
criminals.
I'm talking about the
Okay.
Cuban Revolution.
What did you just do, Doug?
This thing has just been it's been wobbly all night.
you
And
Hulk out?
it finally went.
You hulked out and smashed the.
Are you going to take this?
Hulk
Because I got to
smash.
run anyway.
Yeah, I'll
I
just
gotta get
move
out of here. I
somewhere
gotta
else
get
or
up.
something.
Thank you, man. Love
You're
you.
welcome, brother.
Did you do a set already?
doing?
No, I'm going to go now and
Oh, okay.
follow that. All right?
Get it together.
What's about to happen?
Well, if you're not in too big of a hurry, pop in and tell us how the crowd was before you go.
All right. I'll
Come
do
on
that.
back and let everybody
Okay.
know that it all went well.
I'll let you know.
We worry about you.
I got
out
a
there.
feeling I'm going to pull it out. I don't know. I'm not bragging.
Get up there, Thumb. Now that he's gone, let's smoke this weed.
Oh, okay.
Now that Dad's out of the room.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down with that.
Gotta take a week.
What just happened? What just happened?
It was just the thing. If I would let go of that, the thing was just hitting me in the face.
No, I mean to all this was Dom the glue holding us together.
For this moment, yes.
Usually I have more than 3 seconds before starting the next podcast.
Oh, you broke?
No,
Like we're not going now?
That's not what we're saying.
We're breaking now?
No, that's not what we're saying. No, no.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still on.
the air?
No, that's not what he was saying. He was saying like that Dom left and we're not talking anymore.
Yeah, everybody started getting up.
Oh yeah, well, my microphone fell apart.
Jesus. Like, happy Shroomfest, everyone.
All right, Shaffir, it's you and I keeping this
Is
together.
it Shrimp Fest?
No, it's coming up. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Ari will be celebrating this at the UFC in
Yeah.
Calgary.
So will a lot of people.
I suggest you shut your fucking hole about that shit while you're there.
Yeah.
Calgary is not the place to be fucking
cow
around with
town.
that stuff.
That's what you say about every city.
What's that?
That's what you say about every city.
What,
Except
you're in
San
another
Francisco.
country?
Yeah.
You should tell him about San Diego. What that guy Justin was just talking about San Diego.
They were locking dudes up in San Diego for smoking pot, and they put him in jail for 5 days.
5 days for just having a joint outside.
That sounds
Where in
like
San
when
Diego?
that sounds like when you get sent to the principal's office and you said, "All I do is move my chair." Sounds like that guy wasn't telling the whole story.
Yeah.
All he did was smoke pot. They put him in jail for 5 days in California.
It's San Diego, though.
Nope. Do not believe. Do not believe. There's more to that story.
He didn't have his medical card, probably.
Maybe he blew it in a cop's face and said, "What are you going to do about it? I'm allowed to smoke here."
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he did a lot of things. They're not locking people up in San Diego for smoking pot.
He says they are.
It's decriminalized in California.
Guy, you know what? Tweet
he doesn't sound
Ari
like a liar.
Shaffir and Doug Benson. Let us know if you know anyone in California that's been locked up for
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
just standing around smoking a joint.
Please
Recently.
give us the 411.
Yeah, what do you know, San
And
Diego?
if it was you,
Ari is calling bullshit on our previous
totally calling
guest.
bullshit on that. San Diego's a pretty forward-thinking city. They ain't doing that.
They're very Republican, bro.
Yeah, but they're not locking people up.
You know Donald Rumsfeld lives on that crazy island out there?
Catalina?
What? Coronado?
No. Coronado? Hey, Doug. The way you were telling me how long Comic-Con's been around? I was looking through Bruce Lee clips, and then I came across one that said Chuck Norris talks at Comic-Con 1975.
Yeah, it's been
and
around forever.
He's on a bill with him, Stan Lee, and some other fucking cartoon guy, and he talks about what really killed Bruce Lee.
That's incredible.
From 1975.
Yeah, no, Comic-Con's been around forever. It's only in the last 10 years or so, maybe 15, that it got so big.
Exploded?
You know? Yeah.
Does Stan Lee just do it every single year?
I think so. I mean, I don't see any reason why not, why wouldn't he go somewhere where he's just totally worshipped,
Yeah, it's probably the most fun
every
time for him.
year. I have a blast down there. I have so much fun
I just sat in one of the outside cafes and drank mimosas and just stared at everybody.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it because
Like 3 hours.
I personally would try to walk and look at things, and there was just so many people that I could not even walk.
It's too much. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I couldn't even walk. It was like a traffic jam on the 405 during.
Once you sit
rush
behind that
hour.
glass, then it becomes like, ooh, we can sit here for a while.
Yeah.
And just watch people.
Yeah, people I think if I were to do it again, I wouldn't even get tickets. Probably, I would probably just sit outside of it.
I tried to sneak in. I tried to just walk away, I knew what I was doing. She goes, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm just going to look around." And she was like, "Well, you can't." I was like, "All right, you got me."
I just want to go look around.
Wow.
It's really
like a Valley girl.
Yeah, like it's totally fine. Quit busting my chops, lady.
I'm good.
This is the point in the joint when it's hard because it's only got a little bit left, so you feel like you're wasting it if you don't finish it.
Oh, I'll finish it.
Doug's no joke.
Doug's never been a joke.
I remember Doug this weekend when we were out partying. Did you? I don't know what I'm going to say right now. Never mind.
Oh my God. Oh, Brian. Oh, Brian. People just tweet just that to me. Oh, Brian.
Right when I started talking, I was like, shit, the story just left me.
Doesn't have anything. We did have fun down there, though, and, we got to, I think we need to do more Death Squad shows down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, do like a Monday, Tuesday show.
That American Comedy Company is like the perfect size for,
Yeah, it's perfect.
people to come out and have some good
Great
laughs.
club, man.
That green room's in such a shitty location.
Yeah.
They just should put up some board there or
Perfect for
something.
the audience to smell the weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time we open the door, it waft out into the crowd. They just sit there like,
that's a lie,
damn
Doug
it.
Benson. You're making some shit up that didn't happen in that Republican climate of San Diego.
Oh, that's right, because we smoked in the bathroom.
Try to go there. They'll set you up. They'll set you up, bitch.
Yeah, Mitt Romney just bought a house in La Jolla.
Boy, if law enforcement wanted to catch
Mitt
me,
Romney?
it sure would be easy.
Yeah.
All they have to do is be on the internet right now.
Yep.
They'd know exactly where I am.
Mitt Romney
got
just
you.
bought a house in La Jolla. That
Yeah, I
is-
believe so. They
not
have a big Mormon,
text
they have
years
a
that
big
come
Mormon
outside.
population.
How many-
Remember that church?
how
on the
many
way
car
in?
elevators
Oh,
does it have?
They have the Mormon
The big
church.
white structure? Yeah,
have one of
there's
those
like a
in
whole
DC.
Mormon thing going on over there in La Jolla.
That means you don't want to live there, man. You don't want to live where that's going down.
No.
They're gonna have fucking Secret Service agents everywhere. What if he wins?
I want to be part of that. He's not going to win out.
He can't win.
Stop.
Win
with
what?
this
Win what?
crazy
What's he
talk.
trying to win?
I guess
How
he
can
can.
you say he can't win?
Some
theory.
job.
Why? First of all, are you 100% convinced that the voting is real?
No. I'm saying
Well,
he shouldn't
that's,
win.
you know,
You
that's
can't
a whole
vote for a
nother
guy
thing.
who's into that crazy stuff.
He can win. He can win, man. He can win. He can win just by virtue of the fact that he was a successful businessman, that he was a governor of a state and was successful.
They're
at that.
flailing right now, though. They're saying there's some sort of conspiracy that the villain in Dark Knight Rises is named Bane, even though that was written in a comic book in 1993.
Why is it Bane? Why?
Because Bane Capital
He works
is
for that
Mitt
company.
Romney's company, where he made all his money outsourcing jobs and firing people and all that shit.
But that guy's name was in a comic book,
And it's
years
spelled
back.
differently. It's spelled differently. It's great timing, is what it is. It's just fortunate that there's this
I heard-
heavy movie about how the rich are fucking taking over everything.
I heard
Do you have
somebody-
any faith in the political system? I mean, at this
I've
point,
tuned
it's
out.
like,
I've really
how
tuned
do you? I mean,
It's hard. It's hard to. And, I had a long talk with Jamie Kilstein about it once, and I was like, "Do you ever wonder if, by being someone who discusses the nuances of certain policies and what they mean and certain parties, what this party is doing, what that party is doing, do you ever feel like you're making it real?" Because
Right, yeah.
it might be this giant hustle that just all
Yeah.
revolves
I
around
believe for the
corporations
most
paying
part
off
it is.
money.
Yeah. No, it's not a
that's what it
democracy
seems.
in the true sense of the word. It's
Kinda.
It's a capitalistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't all decide
Government.
what we want.
Oh,
secretly
clearly
and
not.
say,
No,
okay,
no.
there's money that goes in, there's advertising.
kidding?
There's
It's
laws
really
on how much
weird.
advertising you can take, and
Not anymore. Well, now corporations are allowed to donate the laws have changed, rather, I should say.
You win votes that way.
Corporations are allowed to donate like a human can, like a person can.
Super PACs,
anonymously.
you just don't donate it to you. They donate to a super PAC. And then you just put in whatever you want.
They get shit done.
It's insane.
And the other ones say, like, the people who they're doing it for, it's like, hey, out of my hands, guy.
You ever read Manufacturing Consent? Any of that Noam Chomsky stuff? Those lectures are fucking
I've seen his lectures, and you have to rewind and go back over it.
That guy's got recall. Really? That guy's a real genius. He's got recall for days, man.
Well, also, he's covered
bringing up East Timor in 1946.
Material. Yeah, he's covered that material for so long.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. But it's really fascinating. He was talking about how the peak period of freedom of the press in this country was around the New England area during the Industrial Revolution. He said ever since then, and he can sort of.
I can see that. Once you take $1 for advertising, then the advertisers figure out, like, hey,
about it.
no dollar tomorrow.
Yeah.
They said you can effectively fire someone because if I give you enough money to run for president and you win, the next year I say, if you don't start putting these things, I'm not going to give you that money, and that will make you get fired because you can't pay for enough advertisements to keep up.
Everybody's down on Obama for being more radical, and you wonder whether or not somebody gets in office, and then the pressures that are inherent to the position are such that you just realize, there's no way to actually overcome this, and this.
Yeah,
so I got to do the best
he can only get things done from the middle, and even there is really, really tough because the Republicans are just want him out.
We're totally guessing.
We're totally guessing as to what he can and can't get done. We'd have no idea, but all we do know is what he said he was going to do.
I believe he wanted to change some shit.
What he said he wanted to do.
The reality was he couldn't.
Well, there's certain things that are inexcusable, like the medical marijuana thing. It's just ridiculous. You're not saving anybody or protecting anybody.
The war on drugs has
it's a corrupt decision.
Successful policy. You're going to keep locking people up.
You would think Obama would get that by now.
Insane,
I think he is getting
like
it.
the type to be like, hey,
he is getting it.
But he just can't get the.
I think the black guy putting marijuana legal is going to tip the scales in the conservative direction. There's just too many people out there with kids and stuff that aren't even.
Oh God, that's so stupid. That's such a stupid thought because it's not backed up by information. It's not backed up by science.
No. But nothing. When you have to please constituents,
I know.
Nobody gives a shit about science.
I'm not disagreeing with you by saying it's stupid. I'm saying it's just it hurts my head. It hurts my head.
Oh, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like, and you break down the numbers for people, the money that's being spent to incarcerate people that just had a joint or something.
In Europe, they had a gay conservative mayor, like the gay conservative in office, in a relatively high office, which would be impossible in this country, right? Because you can't both be fiscally conservative here and also socially liberal there. You have to toe some line.
Right, your sexual proclivity is chosen.
System.
Yeah,
so you can't have your own ideas. You've got to toe a line.
That's a very interesting point.
Yeah, you should be able to be anti-abortion and also decriminal. I don't know, something liberal.
You just fucked up that whole sentence.
Yeah, totally.
That exists out there, but it's pretty hard to pull off.
Yeah,
there's a few. There's
because
like
everyone's so layered.
Like what's his name? Christie is. He's
pretty cool. Yeah,
but he's got some things that he's cool about and other things that he's not.
What's got to be pro-life if you want to be elected nationally? As a Republican.
Yeah, that's the big one.
If that's the case, then I can't. You can't. You gotta be pro-life and really adhere to some sort of religious ideology. Otherwise, you're unelectable. And that's a backwards fucking country. In Europe, if you bring up God as part of the platform you're running on, they're gonna tell you to go fuck yourself because you're a whack job.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with any part of our lives, legally, anything. Like, why are we still listening to it?
Man.
It's really crazy.
Because you can't buy beer on a Sunday.
Reagan administration
when your friends come over.
The Reagan administration locked onto those people. That was the first administration.
Yeah, they caught
you
those.
could harness this.
Yeah, you can harness this.
We got to go crazy Jesus.
Yeah.
4 minutes, okay.
Powerful Shaffir, 4 minutes.
Yeah, you go Jesus.
Oh, I'm after you? Or no?
Have you ever seen Jesus
Ari.
Camp?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
No,
I watched tons of documentaries.
It's a great documentary. You would love it. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, really interesting.
This woman, essentially, one of the women that's training these little kids is talking about how in other countries they have trained their kids to become suicide bombers, and that we need Christians that believe in God as much as those kids.
As much as those kids
believe in the
it's
Muslim
the same,
faith.
It's the indoctrination, like in madrasas. You know how they get them going in the first place. It's any of that fundamentalist shit.
Scary,
man.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
You know, one of the guys we had on my podcast was Shane Smith from Vice magazine.
Yeah,
and he actually went into the Middle East and was talking with a guy who had used children as vehicles for delivering bombs.
They put him inside the kids?
No, you
They
tell the
were just,
kid
like,
where
wear
to
a
go.
vest?
And the
They
kid
got
would
inside of
walk
him and
in
drove
they
around?
would detonate. They would use kids to kill people, and it's I mean this.
Yeah, but they
guy-
believe it's like it's working. It's the best thing for us, and for him. And
Well,
for
they
me.
believe in it, I would imagine.
I don't know what the guy's excuse was. I don't know what he said. Or
I was
what
in
the
Afghanistan.
conversation
I was talking to this guy. I mean, they don't use bulletproof. They don't use jackets. No flak jackets.
Why?
You know, the Afghanis. It's for them. It would be a feminine move.
To show weakness.
Yeah, they don't use bulletproof vests.
Oh
That's
my
not the way to
God.
fight for them. You know.
What are they fucking?
Oh my
from Star
God.
Trek?
Yeah, it's some
That's
serious shit.
crazy.
Yeah.
The whole idea is crazy that we're over there, man. I've never seen anybody write it out on
insane.
paper
Did
where
you
it makes
go?
any
Have you been
sense.
over there?
No.
It's fucking crazy, man.
I
wanna go.
It's like a small country. You go to Kandahar, you're like, people are fighting over this shit. It's just an ever-present dust in the air, and you're like, you see thousands of fucking. I mean, the U.S. military. It's the footprint is incredible, and you're like, all of these resources are here. It's insane, man. It's insane.
It's weird. It's like they found a spot.
Yeah.
What's going on there? They found a spot that just has a massive amount of oil, and they're like, "Look, we just have to make. It just has to make sense why we're over here."
That's the only resource.
That's it.
You can't live on it. You can just sell it to people.
Politicians, it's like clearly geopolitical reality is that sometimes you have to choose the lesser of two evils. You got to deal with a dictator. You got to do that. You got to do that, or otherwise it gets worse. But when you try and sell me policy by going, "Hey, we just want to create a democracy in the middle here. We're all about freedom." It's like, shut the
Really?
Well, they said in Egypt that now these people that took over, they're what is the Muslim
Brotherhood.
Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like.
No. Anytime you hear the Muslim Brotherhood,
Every time I hear that, I want to go to a medibed and be like, "Really, you guys aren't Arab? Really?" Because it sounds like you are.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot like Arab to me.
Egypt says they're not Arabs.
No, they say that. The fucking Fahim Anwar, his version says that too. It's all these people say they're better than
I
that.
don't buy any of it.
Wow. And then people are like trying to play it down like this is no big deal. If this doesn't work, they'll be out of office in a couple of years. Then a less conservative organization will be voted in. We're like, whatever, man.
Don't you think
sure?
there's a decline taking place even in this country, culturally and otherwise? Don't you feel like there's like sort of just a steady kind of downward spiral?
I don't know. Do you think that? Is that what you really think?
Yeah, I think I do. I walk around the country and experience shit. I think I don't know. It doesn't feel good. You know that Rome, like every great nation state had that as a trajectory where they started out here and they ended up like.
I think culturally we're in complete new territory because of the internet.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Right, but I wonder if the new territory will ultimately prove to have been positive or life affirming.
Well, I think that's up to us. Honestly, everything is up to us. Everything, the direction of the future is up to us.
Yeah.
I think the only way you're really going to fix this world, man, is you got to get the people that are doing all the fucked up shit to recognize that they shouldn't be doing that and move away from that.
How do you get
That's
there,
like
man?
super hard to do, and it's for the longest time.
The macro picture, you're absolutely right, but the micro picture is for people to deal with their ego in a way that it's sort of people find that so challenging. I mean,
It's
it
very
seems
hard. Yeah,
you seem to have done very well with it.
Just doing a lot of martial arts helps. That helps a lot.
A lot of guys do martial arts that I don't find very
humiliating. It's very it breaks
challenge
you down.
in general. But some people don't experience
Yeah.
challenge that way. They don't become. It's not a humbling experience.
Yeah, you need
for
some
people.
fight to the death type shit in your life.
Yeah.
I get a lot of fight to the death type shit. I mean, that's really what jiu-jitsu is about, man. I mean, it's a friendly thing. You do it with guys you trust and you like them, and so you like training with them. But essentially, we're trying to kill each other.
Yeah,
You're trying to get a choke on someone, trying to get their arm, trying to get their leg.
Yeah.
And and when I tap to a friend, I'm letting that friend of mine know, like, you could have just killed me right there.
Right, yeah.
Thanks for not killing me. And then you get to go back and do it again. But it's
that
the same.
makes a lot of sense.
It's a crazy struggle.
Yeah.
That keeps you humble, man.
Yeah. There really is no room to not be humble in that most of anybody's.
And it's
Paul Newman
embarrassing when you're not humble. Like, any time in my life that I haven't been humble, it's embarrassing. I feel like a fool.
How were they? How were they, Dom?
Sorry, it's like even the way we revere creative people and this kind of like the idea of celebrity. It's like if you begin to break it down, it's like so much of anybody's circumstances had so much to do with luck, and that innate ability.
Luck is
you
huge.
can feel good about yourself for working hard, but just don't run away with it.
I feel good about myself if I'm nice to people and I do the things that I want to get done.
Of course.
That's when I feel good. I feel like when I get my writing done, I get on stage enough, and I'm nice to people. That's when I feel good.
Yeah.
And anything else is just trickery. Anything else is not really going to make you feel better.
I think it's funny. Is this on?
It's on.
Just think on.
It's this thing on.
The fact that you got a black belt, Coach, you didn't even tell me. Can you imagine if I got a fucking black belt? I'd be telling everybody.
Dom, if you got a black belt, the guy who gave it to you would be telling everybody. You wouldn't have to.
Thanks, Dom.
For me, it's actually annoying because I'm injured. I pulled something in my back that day, and then I took a week and a half off, and then I rolled again and pulled another thing in my back. I gotta rest my back. I got a reoccurring little injury that keeps popping up. I need a lot of I've been getting Thai massage lately. Have you done that?
No.
It's fucking great, man. They stretch you out while they massage you, step on you. There's a little Thai lady. She pulled my arm behind my back and was stepping on my back.
Yeah.
She's a really small lady. She's not even 5 feet tall, so she probably weighs less than 100 pounds, and she's strong, dude.
Yeah.
She's really strong, and they'll yank your legs into position.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels good, but it's it's a stretch as well as a massage. It's great stuff, man.
Yeah.
Really good stuff, man. She really did the thing where they say like Asian women will walk on you and massage you. She really did, but she was an expert at it. She was an expert at moving her heel and her foot and crushing where your muscles are tight. Amazing stuff, man. I think people need that. I think that's something that people need and they don't get. Massages are awesome. If you can afford a massage, it's like this place that I go to is only $40 for an hour. It's crazy. It's super cheap.
Yeah, it releases a lot of good energy.
Oh, it's so good for you, man. So good for you. When I hadn't gotten one in a while, especially from a woman. I was getting them from a dude for a while at a sports medicine place. It's brutal. It's it's a deep tissue, painful massage.
Smash it.
Yeah. There was one guy that he did it too hard. People wouldn't go to him a second time. And then they got another guy who does it a little less hard, but it's still ridiculous. He's this big 250-pound football player, and he's fucking crushing you with his elbow.
Yeah, I don't want that.
That's it.
Even those little masseuse, Asian masseuses, they fucking get in there sometimes. It's just
that's all they do.
It's almost like torture, but it's that it's it's going to be good.
If you work out a lot, that's huge. It's so important to get that because it breaks everything up and keeps everything kind of loose. Yeah. Otherwise, everything's get all bound up and shit. And tissue needs to get broken.
Colin was in Seattle over the weekend. He went to a CrossFit class, but he got all competitive. I think he was trying to press a girl, and he pulled a muscle in his arm. And his act is so physical. He calls me. He goes, I don't know if I can do my act because his arm he couldn't extend his arm, so he had a T-Rex thing going on, but he couldn't move.
He's so silly. He should tell the whole story on stage. That's how he should open his act.
I know.
He's so fucking funny, that guy.
Brian's hilarious.
He'll come over my house and we'll throw a kick at the bag. I'll throw a kick at the bag, and then he'll throw a kick at the bag, and then he takes his shoes off and takes his wallet out, takes his keys out of his pocket, takes his phone out of his pocket, and then he'll fucking roll his sleeves up, and then he'll really kick it. And he's such a kid. He's such a fun guy to hang around with because it reminds me that I'm not fucked up. It's just this guy's just like me.
Brian had a party at his house.
Fun. He's here to have a good time. He's a nice guy.
He's got class too. He knows all kinds of wines.
He knows a lot.
Well, first of all, he's not an American. He was raised outside this country for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
And all over the world. Yeah, I know his father.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's a real special dude. A real fun guy to be around.
He invited everybody over. There was a party at his house. He insisted that everybody in the party come out to watch him climb a rope with his shirt off.
He took you downstairs to show you his back.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta run, guys. I think I set it up good for you there because I tanked it right at the end.
Good, thanks.
Did you?
No.
No, don't tell people that. They'll be so upset.
That's not. Dom Irerra doesn't lose them at the end.
No.
How dare
that
you?
Doesn't happen.
Dom Irerra, you're a real fucking pro, Dom Irerra.
I certainly practice enough, Joe. If I ain't good by now, it ain't gonna happen.
He's a real
Get your shit
pro,
together,
ladies and
Dom
gentlemen.
Irerra.
Thanks for doing these, Dom. It's
Thank
always
you,
fun
Joe.
having you
I'll
by
see
here,
you-
man.
see you in a week or
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Let's do
around
another
tomorrow,
podcast
Dom?
too.
Yeah, good to see you.
And I got to bring you in for ours.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. I
Yeah,
wanna see you
Tuesdays.
busting
And yours,
Jamie's
for
balls.
people who get it, how do they get yours on the
It's
internet?
Dom Irerra live at the Laugh Factory.
Powerful. And it's on iTunes.
Yeah.
Dom Irerra live at the Laugh Factory, bitches. You heard it here.
I'll see you.
You around tomorrow, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be around just a little bit. Tomorrow, Friday? Yeah. I gotta
Not
fly to
tomorrow's
Miami.
Thursday.
Oh,
Guess
beautiful.
who I'm working with
What-
before I leave?
Who?
Jimmy Walker.
Oh my God! Don't say dynamite in front of him. He'll
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
stab you.
Yeah.
Really?
He gets mad. He
He
doesn't want to
loses
hear that
his shit?
shit.
It's amazing. He made millions of dollars on it.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Is he?
Yeah, 'cause he doesn't have
he's
those
working
millions
with
I
anymore.
you?
wouldn't want to hear it either.
He's hosting this
wanna
roast
move
I'm
on.
doing.
Oh, it's a
but
roast?
He got me. He got me to do it. You know, it's a very easy.
How is he as a comedian?
I gotta go.
Okay.
I'll talk to you
Okay.
later.
Come on down.
See you.
Powerful Dom Irerra.
Thank you.
Bye, Dom.
Later, brother.
Bye, Dom.
Now, as soon as you walk out that door, we're going to talk about you. Thanks, brother.
Well, it's only going to be nice things.
The wonderful, fantastic Dom Irerra, ladies and gentlemen. I
Hi,
love that
Zach
guy.
Miller. Some guy just asked me to say that.
Who?
Zach Miller. There's like
Zach Miller.
lots of
Who's Zach Miller?
some guy on Twitter. There's lots of tweets about.
saying hi to him.
I'm looking at tweets for the San Diego marijuana arrests.
Yeah.
And I got a guy that said he's lived there 17 years and has never known of anybody or heard of anything where
Yeah, it's 'cause he's too
somebody
busy
got
playing
arrested
squash.
for casual marijuana. And somebody else said that there's
He's a cricket player.
or maybe the same guy, Compliment Pig, said that there's a yearly event where everybody goes to the sports arena and smokes weed. Like,
Really?
Like, and it's a known thing where everybody.
So it's much
inside
more liberal than our guest.
The yearly Bob Day Festival, where thousands gather and smoke pot in the sports arena, and nobody gets locked up
Well,
for that.
now that you just tweeted about it,
Oh, I ruined it?
now you're.
Do you think now the
fucked up
cops
the
know
whole
about
thing.
it?
Now the cops know. Where
Do the
to
cops
look.
follow you on Twitter?
Cops are listening to this,
Oh, the
yeah.
cops definitely follow Doug Benson.
Yeah, they totally
followed by the
follow
cops.
my
It's in a
whereabouts.
follow folder. It just says follow weed.
Oh, a
There's
dude
Doug
tried to
Benson.
smoke on a JetBlue flight, and he got arrested.
He did?
Yeah.
Tried to smoke weed on a
Yeah,
JetBlue
yeah,
flight?
because you can't smoke anything on a plane.
Oh, what a silly bitch.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Somebody sent me a link to the story.
That's a dumb motherfucker, man. Trying to smoke weed on a flight.
That's just selfish.
That's just.
It's like, come on, man.
just
That's
take a
even a silly
vaporizer pen
bitch.
on the plane. You're good to
do,
go.
do a breath strip. Do an edible. Just,
Yeah, edibles for sure.
edibles were made for flights.
Yes, they're made for flights.
How long was the flight? Does it say?
It was from LA to Vegas.
No, it says that a dude plane was coming from Los Angeles though, I guess, but a guy
course.
he was smoking pot on a JetBlue flight
What a crazy asshole.
headed to Newark.
That license is very
And
entitling.
then
That dude's crazy.
He lit up a marijuana pipe mid-flight in the plane's bathroom, of course. So he got caught because there's a detector in there. And then police met the guy at the terminal gate in New Jersey and took him into custody. And he was
God
charged with
damn.
possession of a controlled dangerous substance. That's the crazy part.
That is the crazy part.
And drug paraphernalia.
Well-
Charge. That's a separate charge to have a pipe.
First of all, it was dangerous for him because it got him arrested.
Yeah,
It's dangerous.
stupid.
Shouldn't get arrested.
He makes it
So it is
bad for all of
dangerous.
us.
The law makes it dangerous.
He says he believed he didn't do anything wrong because he has a medical marijuana card. Well, it's like there's no smoking on planes,
Yeah, he's
dude.
an idiot.
Period.
yeah, that didn't
bad.
change
You
the
can't
law.
light anything fire in a plane without somebody going, "Oh, wait a second."
Yeah, you can't smoke
You're lighting
anything
something
on
on
a
fire.
plane, dumbass.
But you can take lighters in your carry-on bag, but you can't in your check bag. Strangest thing. I got to go do a set.
What? You can do it on your carry-on bag?
Carry-on, you can have a lighter,
But not in your
and
check.
bag, you can.
That's weird.
And in America, you
because-
can have like 5 or 6 lighters, but if you try to fly internationally, then you can only have one. They allow you to have one.
I wonder if that's like a compression thing, so they don't explode in the back or something weird like that.
Well, it shouldn't make sense, but I travel all the time with lighters in both my suitcases, and I've never had a problem.
Yeah, they're supposed to not have them in the check-on, but maybe they don't really give a shit, because it's like
Powerful Doug Benson.
a lighter in a bag.
Doug Benson about to go on stage here at the Ice House. Crazy, hectic night. Check this out. Mara just sent me this. Mara, did I get that right? Yeah, Mara.
Main room?
Main room. This guy, UCSD student, 5-day ordeal. The DA pretty much locked up this guy and forgot about him, and he had to drink his urine just to survive. He's a 23-year-old San Diego student.
What do you mean they forgot about him?
They just forgot about him.
They locked him in a cage and forgot he was in there for 5 days.
Yeah.
No water, no food, nothing.
Holy oh man.
What are they going to do with him?
He says, "I didn't care if I died." He told the station, "I was completely insane." That's how much he was losing his mind.
What did they drinking his own urine to survive?
What did they lock him up for, you guys?
They said they found like a white powder, I think, or something like that he might have had, but they just locked him up for questioning, I believe. And they just forgot that he was in the room.
I think they actually said they were going to release him.
Yeah.
And then they never came back.
Yeah.
They forgot about him.
Yeah, we'll be right back, Antoine.
Yeah.
Just sit tight.
Antoine.
Joe, that computer is so big. What is that?
It's an Alienware. It's really big, huh?
Yeah. So, Teeb, how you went up, right?
Yeah, just.
How was the audience?
Great, man. They're really good.
Cool.
They're like a feisty crowd, not in a bad way, but they're like.
Really?
Yeah. They're like interactive, I guess I would say. At least they were from my side. I mean, I was kind of first in a way. Tony went up and then me, so there was still a little bit of a bustle, but they're great. Nice. Dom is so nice. He's such a nice.
Dom?
He's so nice.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, he is a really awesome guy.
I went to Long Beach the other day on the way back from Comic-Con. And it's weird seeing the Laugh Factory there. Joe, have you ever done a spot at that Laugh Factory Long Beach?
Kind of a newer one.
I heard it's a really good room, though. I heard it's great.
It's in a really amazing area. Like, it's like in this really...
If you want to start doing shows at the Laugh Factory, we can work something out. You can work for me and come on to a Laugh Factory podcast and,
My ex-girlfriend was in the AA, and I brought her in. I was explaining to Jamie that she can't drink because she's in AA. He turned to her, he says, "What, you have weak mind?"
Couth is not a synonym.
Yeah.
What are you, a terrible person?
They have a on-site psychiatrist there? Is that
Nah, it's not
Factory?
actually.
Yeah. Where?
What are you talking about?
They have a
For a bit.
What's that?
I mean, I think a lot of that was PR, but
PR.
I don't know
Because I know little. I don't know if I should say her name, but I know one girl that
just did. You just did.
But I think she might have said that on a podcast. That's why I think. Anyways.
Oh no, they did for a while, but I don't know how much of it was PR and how much of it was something they actually committed to. Because I never met. I mean, I know those guys real well, and I
You never met?
I haven't really experienced it. No.
I just thought that was interesting.
It is, yeah.
Because of all the imagine a strip club hanging with psychiatrists, that would be bad for business.
Yeah, right?
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Why can't we keep these girls on the stage?
Yeah, I know.
These girls aren't crying as much.
Yeah.
These girls aren't crying as much.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Yeah, you had a long. How many podcasts you do today? 11.
Just two. But
this one and Joe's.
Yeah.
Do I have to go on? What's going on?
It's Doug Benson.
Doug you Joe, I think.
Yeah. No, Doug me Joe. Doug me Joe.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Or Doug me Dove Joe. Yeah. Oh my God.
Doug. Yeah, Doug's probably going on right now.
Yeah, and so I'm after him.
So then Redban, and then.
Right. We should probably end this podcast, right?
Yeah. Guys, let's wrap this up in a major way.
Dove, tell them where they can find you. What's going on?
DOVlive.com and yeah, all that shit,
All that shit.
Yeah, DOVlive.com, man.
Sweet. And Teeb, what's going on with you?
At the Teeb on Twitter. Naughty Show, Big Naughty Show tomorrow night at the Comedy Store.
Oh, that's right.
Main room, 9 p.m. We got Jeselnik. We got Doug Benson. Myself, Sam Tripoli, Tara Patrick will be doing burlesque, and she promises to show her cans. Worth the price of admission.
Time, I think, right?
And then I'll be up north Friday and Saturday at Morro Bay with Jeff Richards doing stand-up motherfucking comedy. Yeah. Death Squad for life.
I know this was a short one, but we have another one Friday. And tickets are available for the comedy show right now. Go to Icehouse's website, icehousecomedy.com. Who knows, we might start this back up. You know how Doug Benson gets usually. And but yeah, just go to icehousecomedy.com and search for Death Squad. Also,
Plug that merch, bitch.
Oh, yeah, the Death Squad t-shirt's already almost sold out. The new one comes out in 2 weeks, but the first one's almost sold out, so if you still want to go to Death Squad and click on the Death Squad store.
What you looking for, Joe?
And that's it. Sorry it's a short show, but we'll be back Friday, and unless Doug talks me into going back on tonight. All right, later.
Ever since I broke up with what's her face, I'm a different man. Kiss my ass, kiss my lips, bitch, why ass? Kiss my dick, get my cash. I'd rather have you with my ass. Don't put out, I'll put you out. Won't get out, I'll push you out. Push glue out, popping shit with piss on fire to put you out. Am I too nice? Buy you ice. Bitch, if you died, wouldn't buy you life. You trying to be my new wife? What, you Mariah? Fly through twice. But I do know one thing, no. Bitches, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day. Maybe we'll someday grow. Till then, just sit your drunk ass on that fucking runway, ho.